So this is how it all starts. He sits in the cockpit watching YouTube videos of people travelling by motorbike through different parts of South America, and that's how we ended up here.
I think we might have landed in Patagonia a bit early. It's still winter.
So with the weather being so bad, we swanned around in Ankiwi for a few days. Then we changed some cash, got lots of cash, and then we eventually set off when the sun came out.
The original plan had been to cut east across the Andes, but as we flew in, it was quite apparent that snow was going to stop play. So instead, we decided to head north for the warmth.
68 to the provincial capital of Salta.
The hotel owner said, "Oh, I know a lovely restaurant. Head down the road to this one." So off we went. Wasn't quite what we expected, but good enough for Mick Jagger, good enough for us. We bashed on north, dropping in and staying at various hotels, and now and again we'd do a bank job. Manos arribas.
Is it just us, or every time you book into a hotel room, they put you at the furthest end of the hotel, especially if you've got heavy bags?
As we got further north, we got into the farming country and the wine country and stopped for our first authentic local lunch. After, 3 days, we made it off the motorway. And we're finally in rustic Chile, heading for the ocean. Lunch stop. Didn't quite find the ocean, but if you dropped down this giant hill, we ended up beside the river in a nice little lodge. We didn't get a space pod, but we did get a little cabana with a pool. Look at the colours of the little bushes. I'll need to get the Jeans to tell me what these are. And there you go, Jeans, from our little cabana. What are the purple flowers? So we fired up the wood stove, which is immersed in a pool of water. Ease the aches and pains away. Next morning, our first go at off-road riding, getting up the cliff from the bottom of the hotel up to the top. That was a bit of an exciting start. Doesn't look it, but it was pretty steep, so to save the anguish, we put Anne in a car and she hitched a lift. More freeway took us to Concon, or Conson, and to the equivalent of Osprey Heights, overlooking the marina. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a wee boat? And again, more freeway to La Serena and the El Arbor Lodge.
First of all, the Garmin. Instructions are wrong. Then we end up on a dirt road, and now we're here and no reply. Where are we?
La Serena.
La Serena. El Arbol.
La Serena. Big music show. Finished yesterday before we arrived. The square and the cathedral. Sunday morning, dead as a doornail. And look, high-rise heaven in La Serena by the Pacific. Not the way I thought we'd be seeing the Pacific the next time, but there you go. And then, to save us going all the way to Rio, more freeway, but after 1900 kilometres, we finally started to see the mountains. Morning coffee in the motorway services.
Adding our names to the wall in the motorway service station.
But finally into Caldera, a nice little seaside town that was one time.
Hi, good morning. We're in Caldera in Chile. and it's the end of the line for the copper export. Copper is Chile's biggest export. Who knew? Think Chilean miners being rescued. That was here. And it's the end of the train line, and it's also a fishing port.
Caldera was the spitting image of Lüderitz, but had an active fishing fleet as opposed to a diamond mining fleet. Back on the road, we began to see real evidence of the mining in the area, which is, let me just say, extensive and dusty. Tal was next, the first real mining town.
Well, I was quite worried we might be staying in a favela tonight, but Stuart's actually found quite a nice hotel. Even got a nice bedroom.
Okay, we left Portimont in 3 to 6 degrees, headed north for the sunshine, which we only found by the time we got to Tal, just short of Antofagasta. Anne loves the dogs. These hounds would chase anything that moved. Made you really glad you had boots on and Kevlar jeans. It's a bit half-hearted. A night on the road and off again, up into the mountains, where we began to see some of the pretty interesting striations of rock deposition through the millennia. Evidence of copper mining was everywhere. Chile exported $19.7 billion worth in 2023. That's 5.73 million tonnes of copper. That's a lot of digging. Behind Anne and in these hills you can see the surface has been scraped away in the pursuit of copper.
Mining territory. We don't understand why they're stripping off the surface up there in roads. We don't understand that. We'll need to find out. But it's all mining of some sort.
And somewhere along the line, some guy thought, let's put a big concrete hand right in the middle of the desert. That'll bring in the tourists. Not many, other than this guy who parked right in front of the photo opportunity. Thanks, buddy.
Oh well, we missed the coffee stop, so we just have to stop in a lay-by.
And this is the remains of an old saltpeter mining community. Absolutely nothing left. Not even the saltpeter, whatever saltpeter is. And you can just see it. Oh, I'm just going for a shower. Oh, wait a minute, there's no water. I'll have a cup of tea instead. Oh, wait a minute, there's no water. How these people survived up here is quite beyond me. And finally, after passing all the wind farms and solar farms, we started making our way down into San Pedro de Atacama. And that's where we started thinking about what we're going to do next, because the next bit was going to be off-road. So part of that was maybe we should brush up on our few skills. So we sought out the help of Andreas, and he took us out to show us what could be done off-road. Come back to the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and see how we get on finally off the tarmac and into the desert for real. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give us a big thumbs up. Next we have our skills lesson, and then off across the desert to Bolivia and Uyuni.